Gay, 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 gay. Gay. That is what MAGA is saying Benny Johnson is. Benny Johnson, who is the MAGA influencer, the MAGA mouthpiece, who is a stenographer of the Trump administration and apparently loves to, Milo Yiannopoulos, I don't know how to say his last name. Milo, who is not a very great guy, has kicked this all up again. Now, if you remember, we talked about this 2 or 3 months ago where we basically put all the stuff out there against Benny Johnson. Benny Johnson, who is a family man and thinking about Christ and Jesus first, and says the best thing a man can do is marry a woman and have kids, is gay, allegedly. Here's Milo Yiannopoulos saying more about it.
One of the most distinctive things about the right wing in this country is its homosexual overtones. Benny Johnson posts pictures of his children every 2 days. It's weird. And everybody knows what went on with Benny Johnson in those lobbies and in those hotel rooms at SAS. Everybody knows.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Man.
Also, jump scare. What's George Santos doing there? This is truly going to be the gayest video I've ever done. Get ready.
Younger men, not underage. At least I don't know that. His wife was crying drunk in the lobby 3 SASs in a row about how her husband was upstairs with boys.
Come on.
Go ask her.
Come on.
Go ask her.
Come on, Milo.
Go ask her.
Milo, aren't you ever scared of getting sued? You say some crazy... I'm sitting here like I am humbled by the lore and your ability.
The audacity.
There's no teapots in this room right now to express how I feel.
George, I have said these things about people for 20 years and never once in my career been sued. I've issued 3 corrections in my entire journalistic career because I get my facts right and people know that they do not want to go through discovery.
All right, so here it is. So Benny Johnson is gay. Milo says that Benny Johnson has done gay things with Republican young men at gay conferences and that his wife knows about it and is literally crying in her hotel room. And now, after hearing that, Benny Johnson is threatening to sue, which I'll bring to you. And then Milo has responded in, I think, kind of a smart way. Now, just a bit about Milo. Milo's a freak. Milo's a freak who is gay. He's a gay conservative, but not anymore because he says that he's straight.
Are you gay? Were you gay? Like, what is gay?
Nobody's gay. In almost every case, and certainly in every male case, it is a trauma response. It is not a sexuality. It is not part of what you are or who you are or a component of your personality. It is a set of behaviors that emerges in people with a number of very easily identifiable common etiologies.
Okay. Now, I just want to take you a bit down the rabbit hole. The reason why Milo is doing this is because Milo was canceled in 2017 when he went in Bill Maher and basically defended pedophilia. Milo said, no, you're misunderstanding what pedophilia means. Pedophilia is not a sexual attraction to somebody 13 years old who is sexually mature. Pedophilia is attraction to children who have not reached puberty, he adds, dismissing the fact that 13-year-olds are children. The notion of consent, he said, is arbitrary and oppressive. When that came out and he defended those statements even more, he got canceled, so much so that CPAC, the leader of CPAC, Matt Schlapp, said we initially extended the invitation knowing that the free speech issue on college campuses is a battlefield where we need brave conservative standard bearers. But they canceled him from speaking at CPAC. Now, Matt Schlapp, let's just go down the rabbit hole, shall we? Matt Schlapp, who is the chairman of CPAC and a very powerful conservative, has had his own gay accusations levied against him, where it says here, witnesses say Matt Schlapp groped a man at a Virginia bar. A police report confirmed the incident. That was earlier this year. Now, that's not the first time he's been accused of groping a man. Matt Schlapp also did this in allegedly 2022. And he was sued and settled for $480,000. He paid someone who accused him of groping him $480,000. A man who accused him of groping him. He settled for $480,000. Why would you do that if it wasn't true? We're gonna follow that thread in this video because Benny Johnson's also suing. Now, Huffman, who sued Matt Schlapp, was a former staffer of Republican Herschel Walker's Georgia Senate campaign, sued Schlapp and his wife, Mercedes Schlapp, last year, alleging the CPAC head was, quote, aggressively fondling his groin while they drove from a restaurant to a hotel during King's campaign stop in October 2022. Okay? So there's just a lot of repression happening in MAGA. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm just going to say this because it seems like a lot of my audience doesn't know because I don't talk about it a lot. I am gay. I do feel like as a gay YouTuber, liberal YouTuber, I do feel like it is my duty to bring you this stuff. I came out when I was 16 in 2001. Best decision I ever made. I feel very lucky that I don't have any repression. I feel no shame about who I am, about what I like, and what about what I don't like. I don't like women. I don't. No offense to women, just doesn't do it for me. Okay? Now, for these guys, I guess they just can't so easily say that. I wish they could because, hey, life is great. And for me, sexuality is just as important as whether I'm left or right-handed. It just doesn't really impact my life at all. Whether or not I like dick or I like vagina. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's keep going. Now, when Benny Johnson heard this, when this video went viral, Benny Johnson said this. He said, I am duty-bound to take action to protect my family against those who maliciously defame and attack us. More to come on that soon. Pray for healing for some really sick and delusional people. Jesus is about redemption. The legal system is about justice. Happy Sunday. And then Benny Johnson did truly the gayest thing ever. And is there nothing gayer than like going home on Thanksgiving or December for Christmas, taking a picture with your family, using them as a prop for Instagram? I don't think there's anything gayer than that. Benny Johnson did just that, saying, I know this is going to trigger some people, but here's my family. Stop posting your kids to defend yourself. It's actually really gross. I wonder when they grow up if they're going to be mad at you for posting them without their permission. I think there's something very wrong about that. And by the way, this is what we all know he wishes that photo looks like. Okay. Now, to that, all that stuff, Milo said, to being threatened with being sued, Milo said, Dear free speech warrior Benny, dear Kate, a few notes for your consideration. I know more about defamation than any lawyer you will hire. Benny is a public figure. Malice is a non-starter. I have receipts. And the truth is a total defense against any claim of defamation or libel. Do you want to lose a defamation case to Milo, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, of all people, about whether or not you're gay? Do you want to even fight one? These people who have poured money into making you a big deal are about to lose their entire investment. I know more about your marriage than you think I do. And I have evidence and I have witnesses. I know who to subpoena. I know what questions to ask about nocturnal liaisons de jure, whatever, with chaps and assless chaps about being caught at conferences attended by students, some of whom may have been under 18. I guess we'll find out. Nobody cares about you, Kate. I'll say this. It was a shitty of me to say you look old. I'm a shitty person. I'll delete that if you want and apologize. I guess you called her old. If you're raw about saying you're a swinger, maybe don't be a swinger girl. Strange how rumors just take on a life of their own, especially given how notoriously prudish nurses are. Discovery will destroy your career beyond any possibility of redemption, Benny, which was never my intention and never in my heart, because I believe that family is making you a better man, as I think it did Charlie Kirk. But this will be the inevitable result of your actions. I just want you to be honest because I believe that's important. I believe that it is in the public interest to report on people who present one way and act another. True that. That's why this matters. Everyone's gonna be like, well, why does this matter? Why does this matter? It doesn't matter in the broad sense of it's not gonna impact your life. But it matters that people make money and rise to success and fame by believing and saying one thing and then acting another way. Hypocrisy. Do you like it? I don't like it. And I think if you're being hypocritical about not only your lifestyle, but how you judge other people and how they live, I think it's an important thing to talk about, especially someone as powerful as Benny Johnson, someone who has access to the White House. I think it's important to just call out when someone is acting one way, saying one thing, and then doing the other. Okay? I do think that is relevant. I think that's relevant. Benny, are you going to sue Milo when you've already posted that you get advertising about gay cruises And the only reason you'd get that advertising is if you have looked up gay-related things before. That is how advertising works. Will you sue Milo when someone has already said that they've made out with you at the 2013 BuzzFeed holiday party? Will you sue Milo when you've written stories like, let's be honest, straight guys, we all like butt stuff, nothing wrong with that? Or when you have posted about the 8 sexiest bachelors of Congress? I'm going to say here right now that Benny Johnson is never going to sue. And if Benny Johnson doesn't sue Milo, then Benny Johnson is in his own way admitting that he could not make it through discovery, that more things would come out, and that Benny Johnson, by not suing Milo, is basically saying that he is gay. And to that I say, Benny, just come out. I actually think you just came out as bi or gay. No one would really care. You could probably just say whatever, that your fucking wife saved your life from a life of sin. And I don't know how you can handle this, but clearly there's something there. And I just wish you and the rest of MAGA, Matt Schlapp, Milo, just accept who you are and stop trying to make everyone else's life worse. Maybe just work on yourself instead of trying to bring down people who just want to be happy. Maybe try working on happiness in your own life. Thanks for watching. Bye.